Welcome to AR Media Institute. I'm Mr. Rembrandt. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And we're going to go into it. So today in particular, I want to talk about grinding. And not just ordinary grinding. Individuals talk about grinding all the time. Team No Sleep. All these different signs and tags that people use to socially act or promote as if they're grinding. But a lot of individuals are not really grinding. You're not grinding the way you think you're grinding. You're not grinding the way you think you're grinding, and you're not grinding the way you should be grinding. And you're having a lot of excuses when it comes to these particular things and when it comes to life, right? So let's take a particular situation where, right, and this has happened. I'm going to specifically talk about a tenant of mine. And this has not only happened to my tenant, but other tenants, my best friend, his tenants, and tenants in general, and just people in life in general. It doesn't even matter. And there's always this particular point in time where an individual will say, I don't make enough money, or I can't afford it, or I can't save, or I'm behind on bills. And there are legitimate reasons and ways that people get put in these situations where they just can't do it and they just don't have it, right? And really, if you're a budgeter, there are times where you say, hey, I don't have it, when you actually do have it, but you're just following a catechism and you're grinding and you're not going to spend $200, $300, $400, $500 outside of your budget, even though you do have it because you're budgeting, but you're not going to spend it because you're following your catechism. That's beside the point. I have a tenant, or forget about the fact I have a tenant. I see a situation where, for example, an individual is, one, just constantly late on a bill. Constantly late on a bill, constantly late on a bill. Not by much, but constantly late. And what happens is, for this particular individual, is that this becomes too much of a habit over a particular period of time. And, without thinking about it too much, I say to myself, okay, well, this individual needs help, this individual needs that, and this individual needs whatever the situation is. But long story short, I go to Dollar General, for example, and, as I'm getting in the car, an older woman is in Dollar General and she comes out and she has a Dollar General grade of oil. And I'm like, what the fuck is, why, excuse me, why would you buy a Dollar General grade of oil anyways and you're putting it in your car? Regardless of the point, she's putting Dollar General oil in her car, asking me, do I know anything about, it was either Postmates, I believe it was Postmates. And I said, no, not too much. I thought about signing up for it before, for part-time money, but I never have. And she said, let me tell you something, baby. I'm doing Postmates and I'm making $1,000 a week. Damn! Go ahead and do it. I never knew it would be so lucrative, it would be so good. And it's been great to me. And I'm thinking to myself, how amazing is that? So this is an older woman who's got a car that is 20 plus years old. She's putting Dollar General oil in the car to conserve or save money. Or maybe she just don't know a lot about the cars and the fact that that's terrible oil. But the fact of the matter is she's buying it because it's cheap. So she's buying the oil because it's cheap. And really, her car has a car leak. And there's no point in putting very expensive fresh oil in there when it leaks. Just put the cheap oil in there. So as it leaks out and she's putting miles on it every day, she could just continue that cycle. Smart. Whatever it is, she's grinding every day. And she tells me, listen, you ain't got to work as much as me, but it would be some great part-time income for you, if you did Postmates. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to do it because I'm involved in so many ventures and avenues where I'm making so many other incomes that I don't need that. But if I did need it, I would do it. And I advise any other individuals who need extra money to do it. The point of the matter is, when I'm listening to that, and then I have a tenant call me telling about they don't have money for rent, and they're only working 3 to 4 days a week, and then you're off 3 to 4 days out of the week, and I got an old woman telling me, an older woman who's out of shape, I think she was even missing some teeth or whatever, broken down car, telling me she's working 6 to 7 days a week, grinding, making $1,000 a week off of doing some delivery app. What does that say about you as a healthy young man or a healthy young woman? This older woman is outworking you, out grinding you, embarrassing you. This older woman is embarrassing you. She's making 1,000 a week grinding. 1,000 a week. 1,000 a week grinding. 6, 7 days a week grinding. What does that say about you? What does that say about you? What does that say about you? You need to start looking at, when I say this, you need to start looking in the mirror. Like, what is it that I'm not doing that this person is doing? Nobody says you need to make 1,000 a week. The point of the matter is, this individual I'm specifically talking is behind on bills, behind on paying the rent. But then you have this older lady who is making 1,000 a week grinding with a broke down car, right? Didn't seem like she was in the best of health, which is okay. But it didn't. None of that the point of the matter. None of that mattered. Her health didn't matter. The fact that she had missing teeth didn't matter. The fact that she was kind of overweight didn't matter. The fact that she was older didn't matter. The fact that she had a car that was 20 plus years old, it didn't matter. She's grinding. And then you as a younger person have the nerve to go to a landlord and say, "Hey man, I know the rent's cheap and and all that, and I don't pay that much, but it's just I don't have the money this week." But you got 3 days off per week. You have 3 to 4 days off per week, and you're talking about you don't have enough money to pay your bills. You are not grinding. You have to grind. You have to grind in life. What successful people know is that you have to grind. You have to put yourself in a situation to grind, right? Successful people know that you have to grind your way to the top, right? Some people will get there to the top off straight intelligence. Some people will get there to the top off straight talent. But most people will get there to the top off straight hard work. You have to grind. Don't let this older woman who has all of these factors against her, like not having a good car, not having probably the best of health, being a little bit heavier on the scale, being a little bit older, not having all the teeth in her mouth, and she's still grinding, outworking you. You have to grind in life. You have to grind. That seeing that put absolute clarity. Not that I didn't have the clarity before, but there are these instances in life that causes me, and it should cause you, to remind you of things that you know to be 100% true. And while people will say, I grind, but I just have no results. I work hard, but I just have no results. Then why is it that most people who are grinding and working hard get the result of the success? You don't get it immediately. It's consistency, it's patience of grinding, and you will get there. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. I'm Mr. Rembrandt. This is AR Media Institute. See you in the next video.